struggling a little bit, a rookie goalie struggling with the spotlight of Stanley Cup playoff hockey, Mike? Or are you noticing some concerning trends maybe in Skinner's game?
I haven't seen anything that's glaring to me, and that's why I do have concern because I've always thought of Skinner as a good NHL goaltender who probably has some room to grow, and I think that's still the case. I've likened his Stanley Cup playoff experience this year to what Igor Shesterkin went through last season, where I felt like he had to find a level of intensity that doesn't exist during the regular season. Whether you're fighting through screens, whether you're coming up with a save when you need it, like I just felt like Shesterkin had a learning curve last season that Skinner's kind of facing in the same way. And, look at the last game against Vegas. If he stops Mike Amadio on that rush, to me, it might be a lot different game, right? That's the type of save that you really want to see made. Even though, for me, as a former goalie, I understand how hard that is. It's a shot from, it's inside the top of the circle. It's close to the dot. Those pucks go in. But you make that save and the game has a completely different complexion to it. And then I even later in the game, in the third period, when you look at the Stevenson goal on the rush that came from Stone, Skinner's just flat foot. And that caught me out. Like I thought he'd be a little bit better on the rush, at least having some momentum. Completely flat had to reach. So I think there's room for growth for Skinner. I don't think he's been great. I haven't loved his game, but I also don't think he's been the reason why Edmonton has lost either.
He really just felt like he's been the definition of average for this Oilers team so far.
Yeah.
If let's just say, and I know the guys sitting behind the camera right now are going to be booing me, but let's say game 2 doesn't go well for the Oilers. If you were Jay Woodcroft, would you at all be willing to maybe make the change over to Jack Campbell? Like Campbell's played once. His numbers are sparkling. He really almost saved their season against LA. If game 2 doesn't go well, do you go to Campbell?
Well, and Campbell's also got, I believe, a 918 save percentage career in playoffs and more than a dozen games played. It's such a hard call because Skinner's been the rock. He's been the model of consistency for the Edmonton Oilers this year. He didn't allow more than 3 goals on so many nights, but now look at playoffs. That's kind of out the window from what we've seen. And to me, it really depends what game 2 looks like. If the Golden Knights and Oilers go out and it's a 3-2 game and Skinner makes a difference, there's no reason. But if he goes out and the first period goes real poorly, or if he allows a couple goals late in the third, and suddenly the Oilers find that the oil. I just said Oilanders. Can we make a T-shirt out of that? The Oilanders,
maybe.
Boy, if the Oilers could defend like the Islanders, that would be something.
Giddy up.
I really do think there's a chance you see Campbell. I do. I mean, if the Oilers are down 2-0 in a series, the Golden Knights, and Skinner just has looked average to below average, you're not just looking at a better goal. You're looking at giving your team a wake-up call and a boost. And, man, Campbell did that in the game he came in. There were a couple Code Brown moments when he came in. He went 27 for 28, but he got the job done. So I think that it could happen, but I'd be surprised to see Skinner out of the net.